Hi everyone, so I'm Matt from Forbidden Planet London from the comics department, and I'm here with my latest comic release recommendations. So we're going to start off this week with Rebel Moon, House of the Bloodaxe #1. This is an official tie-in with the Netflix release recently from Zack Snyder, and excitingly you got Zack Snyder on story, and he's co-writing it with Magdalene Visaggio. I came to this completely new, completely fresh. I haven't seen the film yet, but I wanted to see sort of what world we're playing in. And this is a great sort of sci-fi Game of Thrones kind of setup you've got here from Snyder and Visaggio. You've got sort of the political, you've got the plotting, you've got the tragedy. I was very much hooked on the world and the characters, and I'm really interested to see where this goes next and to jump into the film soon. And you've also got, which is always important in a comic, some blimmin' brilliant art from Clark Bint, which has a sort of scratchy kind of like Chris Burnham-y kind of vibe to it. And is brilliant and beautiful, and he also has a very fun name to say. So yeah, just really enjoyed this one. And then we're going to jump into Ghost Machine #1, the one-shot, kickstarting not one, not two, but 3 all-new creator-owned universes. So you've got stories in here from the unnamed universe, which has sort of Geiger and Redcoat with Jeff Johns, Gary Frank and Brian Hitch, which we've all met before in previous one-shots and miniseries. That's the sort of alternate US history with superheroes universe, which I'm really looking forward to spending more time in and seeing where that goes. You've got Rook Exodus from Jeff Johns and Jason Fabok. That's sort of Mad Maxy sci-fi, so you've got people on a distant world, everything goes a bit wrong, and then it's every person for themselves. And then we've got the Family Odysseys universe, which is a more sort of, almost sort of Pixar-y Incredibles kind of universe from Pete Tomasi and Francis Manapul on the Rocketfellas. And you've got Hornsby and Halo from Pete Tomasi and Peter Snejberg, which is sort of Tom and Jerry, good versus evil, but with kids kind of stories. Great fun. I really enjoyed all of this and the different like sort of genres and tastes you get from it. And especially finishing off, you go from that sort of family-friendly universe. We're going straight into Hyde Street, which is Jeff Johns, Lamont McGee and Maytal Jut on writing, and Ivan Reis on art. And this is their horror universe. It's got big sort of like sort of Stephen King sort of middle America, sort of middle of nowhere kind of thing. Small quiet town, and then everything goes wrong. Can't wait to see where it goes with that. All those series are launching in March, and this is a great little anthology to jump in and see which universe fits your flavour. So then we're going to go from that, and we're going to stick with the Energon universe again, which you might have noticed I am very fond of at the moment. I was very, very surprised by the direction that Joshua Williamson and Andrea Milano took Cobra Commander in. I've been expecting with the G.I. Joe books that they were going to be more sort of modern military sort of realism. And this book is just bonkers. It's very weird. It draws on a lot of the sort of stranger G.I. Joe canon from the 80s cartoon. But it just works. It's really interesting. It's got a sort of nail biter meets the G.I. Joe cartoon kind of vibe to it. And if you're a Transformers fan, then you absolutely want to pick this one up because it ties in heavily to what's going to happen next in that series. And then we're going in a completely different direction. We're going to join JOHN CONSTANTINE as he travels around America in Hellblazer, Dead in America. This is a continuation of the sort of pandemic era series from Cy Spurrier and Aaron Campbell, which was cut down in its prime by lockdowns and everything that happened with publishing there. This is brilliant. They don't miss a beat. I won't spoil it too much, but you've got all the cast from that first series on the run, framed for murder, fled to America, and they're looking for help in the worst places, as John Constantine is wont to. If you enjoyed the first series, you'll absolutely love this. If you like the creators, or if you like John Constantine, you will also absolutely love this. There's a great little recap page at the front. Everything you need to know is in there, whether you're an old hand or you're brand new. Really, really recommend this. Absolutely top-notch stuff. And then we're going to go into sort of the regular DCU. I'm going back to Titans Beast World #5 from Tom Taylor, Ivan Reis again, who you may recognise from Ghost Machine, and what's his name, Eduardo Panisca on art. I really enjoyed this series. I think it's been a great sort of crossover where big things are happening. The overall DC universe is moving forward plot-wise, but you've also got wonderful character moments. I won't spoil them, but you know, bad things happen to people we love, and you get time to sort of sit with that feeling. And the art, as always, top notch, big popcorn kind of art. You've got Beast Boy in his Starro mode in space. You've got Amanda Waller doing sneaky, awful Amanda Waller things. Yeah, if you want to know where the DCU's going and you also want to have your heart broken, have a laugh as well, then this is the series for you. I've absolutely loved it. And then we're going to finish our time in the DCU this week with Wonder Woman by Tom King and Daniel Sampere, who are on to their 5th issue now. And this issue is very much a sort of gathering of the forces. So you've got Wonder Woman kind of speaking with her allies, the various sort of Wonder Girls, Yara Flor, Cassie Sandsmark, and of course Donna Troy, and sort of figuring out what they want to do next against the threat of the Sovereign, who is also making his own sort of picking his own team from Wonder Woman's more classic rogues gallery. So this is a great like gathering of the forces issue. You get some time to sit with the characters. Daniel Sampere is brilliant on the art. There's some details in the background calling back to previous issues. And yeah, this is a great jumping on point for where it's going next, as both the good guys and the bad guys are inevitably preparing to sort of butt heads. And then we're on to the Marvel Universe. We're going to jump back to sort of like the 80s with Power Pack Into the Storm #1 by Louise Simonson and June Brigman, the original Power Pack creators. So it's great to see them again. And this is, again, if you want your sort of superhero story, sort of just fun and creative and just a little bit weird, but like in the best ways possible, like I really recommend this. It's very, very sweet. It's a great way to like either remind yourself of the characters or to meet them for the first time. You've got your normal sort of like, oh, we can't show mum that we've got superpowers kind of stuff. You've got aliens. You've got, yeah, it's just good fun. It's nice and easy to jump into, and yeah, really recommend it. Great fun. And then we're going sort of polar opposite. We're going to start with Avengers Twilight #1. This is by Chip Zdarsky and Daniel Acuna, who has this gorgeous sort of painted art, like, and the story is X amount of years in the future. Everything's gone wrong for the superheroes. Captain America tried his hands at politics to try and steer America back on course. It all went wrong, so he's a bit downbeaten. He's lost his powers, and then events conspire, and he has to figure out if he wants to like get back in the game and try to save the country he loves, sort of thing. It's definitely got a kind of Dark Knight Returns feel to it. It's very distinct, but it's that kind of the heroes are in their worst possible place when they start off kind of feel to it, and you've got the commentary on various aspects of modern day America, which is interesting. And yeah, can't wait to see where this one goes. And then we're gonna jump over to the X-Men for Resurrection of Magneto from Al Ewing and Luciano Vecchio. This is sort of the continuation and the sort of final nail in the coffin for the Al Ewing side of the Krakoan era. You've got Storm, and you might have been able to guess Magneto plays a part in this as well, which is odd because he's very dead at the moment. And so basically Storm, everything that's going on with Orcus, Storm decides, right, we need Eric back, we need Magneto back. So this issue is Storm figuring out how to do that and going through various different sort of hells and purgatories and such, trying to figure out where Magneto is and how to bring him back. The art in this again is great. If you've loved X-Men Red, this is sort of the same general sort of tone, the same characters. It's a continuation of that story. And yeah, I can't wait to see where this is going, just like all the other End of Krakoan series at the moment. I think it's going to be a real sort of high point to end this era on, and I can't wait to see how that develops. And then we're going to end this week on Star Wars THRAWN ALLIANCES #1 from Jody Hauser, Andrea DeVito and Pat Olive on art. This is an adaptation of the Timothy Zahn novel from a few years ago. And yeah, this is great. You've got Thrawn, you've got two different time eras. So spending time in the sort of present with Darth Vader, and then you flash back to younger Thrawn with Anakin Skywalker during the Clone Wars. So you get to see both how Thrawn has developed and changed and what led him there. And you also get to spend time seeing the sort of duality of Anakin. I really enjoyed this. If you either loved Thrawn in Ahsoka and want to learn more, but don't have the time to read a whole novel, then this is a great way of just learning more about where Thrawn came from and possibly where he's going next. Who knows? So that is everything for this week. As always, lovely to chat with you all. You can find all of the comics that I've recommended to you today in our Shaftesbury Avenue store in London, where I am right now, as well as all our other stores, and also on our website, forbiddenplanet.com. I look forward to seeing you all soon.
If you're enjoying watching Forbidden Planet TV and you're enjoying watching us talk to the world's most interesting and accomplished filmmakers, authors, artists, musicians, creators, subscribe right here. See you soon.